Hey guys, welcome to our review of Werewolf by Night, the TV special on Disney Plus. Just in time for Halloween, we get another sort of old school horror film in the kind of Hammer horror era. Stuff like Bela Lugosi
The
and
Wolfman.
the Wolfman. Yeah, those older Universal stuff. And it was very unique. And as we've seen in the trailer, it's all in black and white. It's very different from other MCU projects in that sense. And it's only 51 minutes long. And it's a one-off so far. It's like it's not a TV series or a movie. It's just kind of like just think of it like a Halloween special. And this one basically stars Gal Garcia Bernal, Laura Donnelly, and a few others, and features basically a story about the Bloodstone and the society around this Bloodstone who hunt monsters. And so they've gathered from all around because the lead monster hunter has died. And he wants to pass on his society to the next generation. And so they go on this hunt, and whoever kills this monster will obtain the Bloodstone and continue the Bloodstone line. So, after seeing it, I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun little tale. I liked the black and white cinematography. So few you see that so rarely, and you see it rarely done well. And here it's done well. There's some good action, and I appreciated the practical effects. As the title implies, Werewolf by Night. I expected probably some big CGI werewolf, right? But they actually went the sort of classic werewolf look. And while I may not think that that look is cool, it definitely
It
I
fits.
appreciated the sort of man in the suit kind of thing, and they did the best they could with it. So I liked the characters, especially a cameo by not many people know this particular character. Some people are going to probably confuse him with Swamp Thing. This is not Swamp Thing. That is DC. This is Man Thing. This is sort of Marvel's version of that, and I thought he was the breakaway star of this. I loved it, and I really, really liked it. So what did you guys think?
I think this is a must watch. I really liked it. I liked the choice to go black and white. I didn't expect that much act or that much gore. I was like, "Whoa, this is from Disney?"
Yeah, it's from Disney. This is probably the outside of I guess the connection to Hulu and then Hellraiser. This is probably
Hellraiser.
the most blood we've
Yeah,
seen on the
the
Disney
action
Plus
is great.
service itself.
The acting is great. This is just it's a good watch, especially for 51 minutes. Perfect length, no lag.
Yeah, good pacing.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I love the fashion horror movies. I think I've seen all of them. This definitely reminds you a lot of that. I think that the look is great. I love that the main thing I love about this movie is the concept that they're willing to do these one-off weird things.
Yes.
I want to see so much more of that because there's so much room to explore. I don't think they nailed it here. This is not something that I'm like, you have to go see this one. But I think it's pretty good stuff. I don't know. I think there's some really good stuff out for Halloween right now that I would probably tell other people. But
Like
I
what?
don't.
Like
Hellraiser is definitely one
Yes.
that people should go see.
Yes.
So I think this is pretty good stuff.
Yeah, so I really hope that they don't just do a one-off with this because, like Alex said, there's a lot of creatures in the MCU that don't really get a spotlight. So whereas, you got your Justice League, you got Justice League Dark that does magic and creatures, MCU has a lot of that too. And Werewolf by Night could be maybe a once-a-year Halloween special that features different characters. I really, really found I don't want to say anything. We'll talk about it in spoilers, but I found a particular relationship in this one endearing, and I would love to see these characters return. However, if it's just a sort of anthology or of different characters every year, that would be freaking great. So I think that the director does a good job, and the writers do a good job, and they should be back for something else. I'm not sure how this connects into the greater MCU, but we'll look at that in the spoiler section. So let's go ahead and give final verdicts.
This is gonna be a solid A for me. I really liked it. Well, we can't talk about that in this.
Yeah,
one.
don't mention.
No, but other than that, like I think everything was pretty spot on. I just wish they do more of this stuff.
Yeah.
So 8 for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. It's really good stuff. I'm going to go with a 7. I think that this is definitely an enjoyable watch. I think, I mean, I know that they're trying to go back to like the classic kind of cheesy horror things, but I think that you can, I don't know. I wanted a little more from the writing department, but still really enjoyed it.
Yeah, there are some cheesy bits, and I think it's clearly intentional to throw back to some of the other
seemed like it was.
some of the stuff, and because it's a one-off, because it's short, it's fine. I liked it, so I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 as well, Joe. And I really enjoy it. So check it out if you got Disney Plus. Don't let this one sneak under the radar because I haven't seen really anything on socials. I really haven't seen a whole lot as far as YouTube, but I definitely want to bring this to you. And I want to let you know it is worth a watch. I would seek it out and watch it, but see Hellraiser first. All right, guys. We'll see you in the spoiler section. Hey, welcome to the spoiler section. So I found a little bit here on Wikipedia that says future. So in September 2022, that was last month, they said Werewolf by Night would begin to explore a variety of monsters that have existed in the MCU for centuries, such as artwork featured in the special. Furthermore, he stated that the idea was to have monsters appear in future projects. And then the guy explained that the special's ending intentionally left Russell and Bloodstone totally changed and in a space that they did not expect to find themselves in, and felt it was the beginning for their characters, but it was uncertain if these particular characters would return. Later, Feige said the special would introduce a part of the MCU that would become quite important to its future. So it looks like Kevin is not just, he's like, yeah, you're going to see more of this in the future.
Well, you got Blade coming out.
It's
you cannot not have.
Going to plug in somewhere. You got vampires, you got Blade. This particular is a werewolf. And Man-Thing, it would be cool to see again. So I was talking about the monster that they're hunting is Man-Thing, Ted.
I like the chemistry between Jack and Ted. That's what I wanted to say, but...
Yeah, so the chemistry between Jack Russell and Ted is endearing. And Ted seems pretty powerful. He bursts through foliage and basically lights a dude's head on fire. I guess he can summon like fire with his hands, and it's freaking awesome. So he gruesomely kills the first guy that has 57 kills, this cool Scottish dude, and then they also he also takes out at the very end the wife of Ulysses.
The evil stepmother.
Yeah, the evil stepmother. She's very disappointed in the daughter character. This daughter character, Elsa, sort of arrives to compete for the Bloodstone, but she's like sick and tired of her family and all this bullshit. And we learn that Jack is actually, he's got over 100 kills, but actually he is a werewolf in secret. And he's just trying to help his friend Ted get out of there because Ted was captured to put this fucking bloodstone on him, which weakens him. So how this incompetent fucking Bloodstone Society captured Ted in the first place, I don't know how, but they have Ted, and eventually Jack teams up with Elsa in order to, sort of break Ted out. And they do it relatively early. In most movies it'd be like the final act. They kind of do it in the middle because now the focus shifts on to Elsa, sort of, and Jack. Their treachery is discovered, and the society with a few of the hunters left. So let's start off. So we had the Scottish hunter die, and then Elsa takes out another hunter who was trying to use wrist-mounted
Creed thing.
Assassin's Creed stuff. And that's where it was like, she chops his motherfucking hand off, and then she shoots him with his own fucking Assassin's Creed thing through the neck, and she's like, shut the fuck up, because another guy comes in, and it's some good little scenes here. two of the hunters are left. This rip-off Blade-looking dude, and then and then the opposite of Blade, this white. She's clad in all white hunter, and they go down pretty easy later on, where they're like, okay, well, since you betrayed us, we're gonna throw you in a cage with, Jack, and Jack's like, don't worry, like I've got systems in place, and I lock myself in my house, and it's not a full moon for 5 days, so we're good. She's like, you fool, the bloodstone can transform you, and he's like, oh shit. So he's like,
Can you smell you?
starts
just in
fucking
case
smelling her.
You get familiar with you.
Like a dog. It works. Makes sense. And so, yeah. But these dumbasses, I guess they don't know the strength of werewolves or something, because he almost breaks out almost immediately.
Yeah, you would think after capturing thousands of monsters.
Right. So they did have a bunch of monsters mounted on the wall, and those don't look like pushovers. So a little
Yeah,
this is weak there. That's the cheesy writing kicking in for the monster of the week stuff.
It's just that's what part of the original like monster movies that I don't think needs to be brought over. It's like I get what you're going for there, but it's like I don't necessarily like it there. You don't have to bring it here. Like we could have done something a little better. Come on.
Yeah. And it actually works out to Elsa actually killing those two remaining hunters, not the werewolf and not Man-Thing. And I guess it's because they start attacking her, because in this competition, not only is it you got to get the monster, but you might as well kill your fucking, competition. So but right away she could kind of tell Jack's different because he didn't want to kill her at the beginning. He's like, can I get by you? She's like, what? Can I just go by you? Yeah. So anyways, so yeah, he basically gets loose, and their sort of overconfidence is their downfall, and he rips up a bunch of the soldiers, but some security protocols close the door on him, so he can't really get out, and he gets trapped because Versa, which is this widow's name, uses the Bloodstone's power. In the beginning, they said this Bloodstone is so powerful, it's like one of the best weapons against, and I'm like, well, she's using it against a werewolf, and all it's doing is throwing him up against the wall. You'd think multiple shots, he'd be dead, but no. I mean, again, dramatic tension. It's a story. Yeah. So before she can kill the werewolf version of Jack, Elsa comes and saves him. But she gets too close. He jumps on her, and then we have that moment where he recognizes her because he'd smelt her, and then she tries to do some kindness there. And you can tell, though it's not ever said and it's not said out loud, the acting kind of conveys, and he does mention, she's like, has this ever worked? When she's smelling her, and she's like, once. And you can kind of tell the sadness in his voice, maybe, he had a loved one or something. I hurt people.
And then
Superman, Nuclear Man.
And then he runs out a door because they set down a blast door, but they forgot that there was just a normal door on the side.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what?
And I'm hoping that's just a funny thing that they threw in there. It's like, lower the blast doors. It's like, but what about that door? They're like, fuck, we need to lock that.
It happened so quick. I was like, what door was that?
He just runs out. He just like opens up the side door. He's like, all right, see you later, and just runs out.
Yeah, because it looked like a trap door where you didn't even know that there was a door there in the first. I don't know. It happened so quick I couldn't see it. Anyway, he exits. But it's not over because Versa gets back up. She's not dead, and she's got a fucking gun, and she's like, "You disappoint me
for the
last time. I'm gonna kill you, bitch." And but luckily, Man-Thing comes in at the last minute looking for his friend because he's like, "Yeah, I guess I kind of pieced out a little too quick." And so he comes back looking for Jack. And so Man-Thing fucking grabs and picks her up and just lights her aflame. It was fucking sweet, and she got her comeuppance. And then he looks to Elsa, and he's just like a cool, like a puppy dog kind of thing, and just a good guy. And she's like, yeah, he went that way.
Like, okay.
And then I guess he picks up like some stuff on the ground, so that because later on it's shown that he's got a little camp. So he's helping his friend out. He's like, has a camp. His friend wakes up. Jack wakes up back in his human form, gives him a little cup of tea, cup of Joe. And
this is where we go full color.
Yeah, we go full color actually when she obtains the bloodstone. That's right. So she obtains the bloodstone. She wins, right? Then the butler dude is like, I'm still alive. I would like to present myself to you. And she's like, good, clean this shit up. And he's like, fuck, I'm old. I can't. Okay, I will. And so, yeah, that, and then when she holds the bloodstone kind of has that color effect of returns. They do play Over the Rainbow, which I was like, I don't know if that really fits. Okay
It does.
I
It's one of the
know, I
first
know.
movies
It's the
where they go from
classic.
black and the white to Technicolor.
I got
Like
it.
it's
Just when I say it doesn't fit, it's like, I mean, it's a pure ripoff, and it's like, okay, I get it. But anyways, so we go to the scene where he's waking up, and just there, I mean, to have such good chemistry with the CGI effect, because essentially, Man Thing's a CGI effect, and you could tell they've been friends for a while, and he's even kind of, Man Thing's kind of giving him shit about, the girl, and he's laughing about it, and then they're like, what do you want to eat? And just like
He's
normal
well,
daily
he's
stuff.
Like, well, I saved you. He's like, no, I saved you.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, you want sushi? And I think he agrees, or he's like, you pick. And so we got these two out there somewhere in the world, and he does ask, is Elsa safe? And Man Thing's like, you like her, all right. So I hope we see these again. Elsa Bloodstone and Jack Russell, who is Werewolf by Night. It took Bernal 4 hours to get into his werewolf costume and makeup, and the timing came quite fast by the end of filming. They got really used to it, and I thought it was cool. While he doesn't look cool, you think of a traditional werewolf, I think of, the long snout and the big muscles and stuff, and he's just the old universal werewolf, which, looks kind of silly.
Which, again, totally fits in this film.
It does fit in this film. And the black and white helps with that, because if we go into color, it would probably
look goofy.
A little more silly. But, yeah, fun little thing. Check it out. Disney Plus. All right, guys. Thank you so much, and we will see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.